Hey everybody, back today. Mickey's been sending me stuff about when they were building, or when they're supposedly building these great big skyscrapers. And, well, we've got a little bit to show you. And about, what's his name with the clock?
Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd. So that's what this video is about. But you sent me that picture, and what did you say people said?
They saying it was fake.
And why did you got to hold it, Mickey?
Because where he's holding his hands, you wouldn't put your hands, because if there was any movement of that headache ball, it would crush your hand.
So where would he put his hands? On this bit here?
You wouldn't put them on there at all.
So where would he put his hands?
Nowhere.
We can't just stand there.
It's the same as on his foot here, the bottom of his foot, where tiptoes on that hook. Would you do that?
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
okay, so we can see the problems on that one then. So we're putting a video on.
Just a good example.
This picture lasts a couple of seconds and then it'll go on to something else. Yeah, so now we're looking at this video that you sent me about them. Or I might have found this one, I can't remember, when they're walking around. Now, they are really high. Oh yes, it's the one off Facebook, so you know this one.
Yeah. And you see it's like the perspective of, you know, you're seeing the city below, looking really high, but yet it's frightening to us, doesn't it?
They've got no safety on, no like overalls.
Not even him, he hasn't got no rope on at all.
They're wearing ordinance, not safety hats. I mean, oh yeah, that's that writing I was telling you about. You know, and this is why they say they make governments, because governments make the nations. But you know, there's great big lumps of steel up there, but there's just one man.
Yeah,
it would take forever to, wouldn't it?
No, the way there's an idea or something, don't they?
Basically, that person's there, 1930s. Look at that. Do you really think that is above those people?
This is the thing, isn't it? This is the thing. This is what we're going to find out.
But he's sitting right on the edge. I mean, I wouldn't be sitting there at all. You wouldn't get me up there.
I'd be very unsure myself.
That looks like it's a studio, doesn't it? Come on. Because what it is you feel that all these buildings were already here and we moved in with the buildings here. So that's why they've got to put them.
Adding on top, maybe, on the same existing buildings.
But you can almost tell when you look at the pictures, can't you? They never look right. Nothing looks right. He's not. Well, I suppose he's quite high, isn't he? I don't know. Would you be walking around like that? I think I'd just fall off.
Yeah. he's too sure of himself. Very, really willy-nilly, you know.
I'd just fall off.
Everyday work. This doesn't faze me. It's
These ones look like they're over a river rather than a town. They don't look like they're as high either as the other one. I mean, obviously they're a bit high, but
that might have been a bridge still.
With the amount of workers they've got, and it would take to build these buildings. And do these people hold? You know, could they build those lovely architectural buildings? These ones do have steel in them.
It's like I noticed in the New York earthquake one, that tall buildings that were there were made of brick and not steel, as these ones
well, they were about stories high though, aren't they, those ones? What,
no?
The big ones? Really big? Oh, right.
Look at the buildings before the earthquake.
The whole point of this video... The whole point of this video is safety. Not even when they're riding around in the trucks on the road. They just run across.
Yeah, no green cross code.
Yeah, and then they've got horses, bikes, people, cars. Yeah, trams, electric, diesel or petrol, and then cars. And they're all crossing exist.
Like they're not there. Yeah. Just in front of this tram.
It doesn't look that high tech, does it? Anyway, that was that person's video on mud flood. And then what it was is you put that in, didn't you, Mickey?
Yeah.
Did that?
Because like I say, it's your perspective, isn't it?
Oh, is this Harold Wilson one now?
Harold Lloyd.
Harold Lloyd, sorry. And then I'm going to add a little bit of film on the top because it looks like his feet something.
Yeah, his toes go flat.
You never use your feet when you are straddled over something and it's nothing. Oh yeah, and I noticed that as well, that when they chop through, I think coat and jacket, and I don't know, it just doesn't look like the person with the overalls. I don't know, I just saw that. You know, that's what I do. I pick these things out. Oh yeah, and the rope's broken. So I think we put that bit in twice, maybe. A bit down. I'm not sure what's going on now. We're back with him. Maybe this is the bit where I suddenly realise got his feet on something. You know, or see where his feet are in the video. You haven't got much to play with, have you? But it's walking on something.
Yeah, go backwards.
Yeah.
Tippy toe.
It's me messing around. But would you sit there? It goes again. It's just trying to show that.
No, because you know that's unbalanced. You'd have to be a tightrope to sit like that. You know what I mean? Because where he's sitting is, so if you just put your leg out like that, you're going to tip. Yeah, no problem. But he steps back. When he's moving back, it's like the palm of his foot is on something, like he's tiptoeing backwards.
Here we go.
There it is.
It just looks like his feet are on something else. So you know, it's all the studio. Which is what people have said.
Because how can he lift his? You know, you have to lift.
See, he's put his foot on something. On this foot, he's put it on something. There wasn't much to play with because his feet are right at the bottom, but that looked like to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, isn't that annoying? So that's not real. He's using, I need to scootle back, and he can't because it's air.
To scootle back, you'll have to push down.
There you go, look, his foot, look.
On something.
Oh, he's got his foot down, hasn't he, on something? Yeah.
See, look.
But because we're so trusting, there's people would have watched it and think he was scooting back and he was up there. Don't be so trusting, that's what I say. Slow the footage down, see it for yourself.
Yeah, airbrushing.
And there he is at normal speed.
Where you push it.
See, you can see he puts his foot down, doesn't he?
Putting his weight on his arms to push back. But you'd still need something for your foot to hold on to push that back without you falling.
No harm, nothing.
Ah.
Head put on some of them.
He's done it. See that?
He touches something under his feet. So, not real. And if that's not real and they all look like that, I mean, look at this. Look at that, Mickey.
Yeah, again, that.
Would you want to be standing right on the edge like that?
Yeah, classic view, innit? See, this is where we're getting in Harold Lloyd tree.
Look how far down it is. Wouldn't it be windy up there or something? And this was another one. Look, there's an eagle on that one. I've only taken some pictures of this because it's path and I don't want to strike or anything. But he was showing, well, just did a tiny. These people are walking on the top of that one. Look at them. La la la. Yeah. We're just walking on top of steel. About 400 feet down. No, it's not quite that high, but we're up and. Here's another one. Right on the edge. Would you do that? They don't batter on anything, do they? And look, that one's hanging off the outside, banging away. I don't think he's on this one. He's just got ordinary clothes on.
See, the only last time I'd done that, you know, I was free climbing with no rope, hanging off your line. So I would do it. Because my friend even lost his life. Anyway,
we're on to the Harold Lloyd bit now. This is about. Right, let's just stop it there for a moment. Once stop it, we'll just go back to that bit. It's about this clock, because your point is that he gives the illusion that he's up this building, but really, he is up a building, but he's got something below him.
Yeah, that's where you see the picture.
Yeah, because I've got this on here.
Because that's just a prop on the building top.
Yeah, that's what they did, but that's what they're showing.
But it's that here. That's probably a screen back. Unless the cameraman's literally giving that illusion. So this is Terry.
Oh yeah, and something else I noticed was, see this building here? When he starts climbing, it's all stone, fronted or whatever that is. Yeah. Cladding or whatever.
Covering the brick.
Covering the bricks, it's not very thick. And when he gets up the building a bit down, it's all brick. So it's, I don't know. I think it's harder to spot the mistakes today unless you realise it's all it's all fake.
And I just want to point out that this isn't Harold Lloyd, this whole building. It's a man called the Human Fly that took over, because you people wouldn't risk £1 million actor risking his life. Everything was, well, he never really done the big stunts like this. You know, as you say, a stunt man.
I found it quite annoying really, because when you're watching him, he has. Dog snoring under the table. I think I slowed it down, but so you can see that here it turned stone into brick.
Where the fakery comes in, because this is all fake on this side.
What's that? An eagle? Did you see the building?
Mm.
So that's all stone, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not how we'll do it. That's the stunt man. Usually call them human flies.
So where's those big bits of... well, I don't know. That doesn't... I don't know. Maybe it's a bit further up we see it. He's climbing. Oh, now we're onto brick now. And then when they look down here... brick now.
Yeah. It's not real.
So where's the stone? We were on stone just a minute ago.
The building they're in, this is just a prop that's high up yet again. You know, illusion, to give the illusion that he's high up. But there's a crash mat just where he is. This is all fake brick card. Yeah.
Looks nice inside the buildings though.
See where that's cladded, and when we go to him it's brick. So this is
Actually, it's all brick. Look, it's got the lines in it.
fake.
But down at the bottom it was stone.
Yeah.
And
on
it
the building, it was stone still all the way out, and the fire was on it. So when you went to the big brick, it's just giving you an illusion that he's up there. But we know it's not. This is the trickery that they've done to fall out. Way out
Well,
there.
maybe we didn't. Obviously, we knew we probably couldn't be like this. You know that there's probably some. Most of it you're not thinking that way up. I mean, even Laurel and Lee are all green screens. That upset me. I like them.
This is the classic.
You know, in the morning you used to get Champion the Wonder Horse. Then they'd be with who's called now, and then you'd get other things, and then you could be watching Laurel and Hardy for half an hour or something.
Saturday morning.
He's got to go round the window yet. He opens the window. His friend opens the window, and then he's on top of it. Like, here we go. He's on top of the window. He's got in a moment. He'll be on. Yeah. Very strange that there's no health and safety even in the buildings. It's something, you know, like when you're walking on the road, there's safety there. Right, everybody's got last no health and safety.
Every man for himself.
If you run them over, you run them over. There'll be no car insurance, no car tax.
Nothing.
No.
Die, you die. You
Not in this time you wouldn't have been. What it seems to me is these people were a lot than they've said they are, and they're more than we thought they could do. So you're not noticing it when they do it. But these people see a lot more advanced. See, where's the stone now? There's no stone on that building. But anyway, we've got a little bit further to go. I don't even know if this is copyrighted, but I slowed it down. We'll have to see. Here he comes.
See, this is where people are saying this is a green screen right here. See, that's just too.
This film was made in the 1920s?
Yeah, he's done 1990s even. You know, very early. It's like the earlier you go films, the more you see of New York the way it was. You know, the Titanic, like the real, like New York. You know?
Would he really be able to climb up like that? Would you be able to do that? He's probably on his stomach.
Don't you?
He's probably lying on his stomach doing this.
No, what, like Batman and Robin?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
You know, right there.
It's got to get...
State of the art in its day.
Trying to be careful, I suppose. I'd have just fallen off. I'd have gone, I'm gonna fall! I fell.
Thinking you're gonna
Over the window now.
That's where it gets crazy. Isn't it?
I suppose you can see that clock doesn't really look right there. See that it is on a box there. Obviously a green screen with stuff going. It's a shame they never told us before with green screens for the last, making it look like it all came in the 80s or the 90s, 2000s. And, oh, they're CGIing. They were doing it then.
So as we see the building of this, can you see how they did it then? Years after.
And there is him hanging off the clock.
Basically doing the same as the silver, isn't it?
But I'm going to show you a little bit later on some photographs of, well, there isn't many, there are photographs of the set, so we'll show that in it. Oh, it looks strange then. Look at that, look at the, there, look at that.
Corners, aren't they? They can make...
This Tartarian build, oh no, that's a set, isn't it?
Yeah, the skill to make that even in. And woodwork only though.
Oh, I don't know, they weren't talking then. This was a silent film, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This one's quite good because he's going to tug on the rope and that rope's going to go, but at the last moment, you know, the rope's grabbed and it's fall. It's nearly the end now, you know, just it's got to not fall, and then he gets somewhere, I think he gets to the roof or something, when there's wherever he is, and then his girlfriend's there, the girl that likes him. Do that, look, he's balancing on a little bit of thing and he's trying to push that rope. It's almost like he's CGI anyway, it just looks like it. There you go, whoop! His friend grabs the rope. I've slowed this down. Now he's got to go all the way up again.
That's the set though, isn't it? There's a pretend screen there into the window.
Look at that!
But if you tell you that, I'm trying to tell you that that's the picture, the prop at the back of the buildings to make it, because what this is the studio they're in there, yeah. These are the buildings outside, but they're painted, yeah. No, that. Yeah, but I'm trying to explain that that's like a prop painting at outside the window to make it look like you're outside.
Oh, yeah, or a green screen,
right.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah, and so if you go back a little bit, how you can see the green screen working, because his studio he's not on the building. He's in the bloody studio, and that's like nothing harder with a backdrop.
Yeah.
Because when we go up, then that's like looking down. Ah, you bastards! Because they do it outside, inside. Because this clock's halfway up the building.
Look how he falls down, and look how it's just doesn't look right.
But if this clock's halfway up the building, you like have a camera on the building. You know, you have to do it in the studio.
No, look how close they are to him and it all.
Yeah, this is a studio.
Of course, yes.
That's the fucking swear.
Yes, I get that. I get that. I get it's not real.
And then they go up top and do that. The rest of the bollocks.
I wasn't expecting to see like a television.
That's the screen, Lauren Hardy.
There you go, there's business.
And that's just
oh yeah, it's supposed to be a window.
It is, office window, same as that one.
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? They're in a studio. They're not up in the fucking building no more. They're in the studio.
Don't swear on the video.
Sorry for swearing.
Well, we know it's not real.
It's not.
Just had never, you know, we all thought that the old footage was the safe footage, that it looked better,
Definitely.
it looked this, it looked that, and now when we've gone to actually really look at it, it's no better than anything that we see today, and everything they're doing to us today, they were doing then.
Well,
and that was the 1920s.
That is the whole
So they
thing.
had to be doing it in the Victorian times, but they sort of, they almost say, don't they show you that really Victorian time was very poor, so how do they do all this then? Just lie.
All the poor children.
I don't know how to put it together anymore, because nothing adds up, but you see all the problems and the mistakes.
It's been doing it a long time, and they just got.
Yeah, but don't forget, they had movies first, and they came in about in 18 or something, about their 19, was it 1906, something like that?
Yeah.
I don't know when it was.
The French fan.
Maybe 15 it was.
Late 1800s.
They were already doing it to us then, so they already had going. Look at that. Look at that. Those car. What it's supposed to look like.
But we had these movies in them days, sort of programming people into, like, this movie's like a fear movie, because it's where you go with the character up these buildings and he's feeling scared and you feel scared for him.
Well, they didn't have to do much to scare them, did they? Because they thought Norman Bates. You know, what's that one? Norman Bates. What film's that? Norman Bates Motel.
Oh God, yeah, Snares his mother.
Yeah, so that frightened people to death, but that's lame considering what they show us now. Like, if we'd showed those attacks.
Yeah.
Here he goes. Look, he's still trying to look like he's going to be able to get over there. He wouldn't be able to do that, would he? You'd right now. Look, he's going to hang. Look at that. He's hanging off the building. Oh my friggity. Anyway, studio.
He's only 5 foot off the floor. The crash mat underneath him. But to trick you into the illusion that it's real. Like everything else.
Well, and again, all to do with, it's still to do with health and safety. There's no way he could do that safely.
£1 million back.
It's a bit of a mix, this one. Sort of how you're lied to and don't think about it. And health and safety. Got a little bit further to go when this finishes. Now he's saved. The woman comes up and that's the end. Here she comes. See, she glitches a little bit. She comes through the door because they've been put into it somehow.
In the studio.
She's probably running, but she's got a different background, and you know that's what that's on films, Star Wars, and they start, and the one that Michael Jackson did when he turned into the one. Once you watch those, you think, it's all fake anyway. It's sort of showing you it's fake and so on. So turns me off because I already think you won't even realise if it's real or not. Look at that, it's just so annoying. Falls off now because those things hit him. And he's going to swing round. Look at that, as if... Well, yeah.
Very fit actor.
But it's just that you don't think these things. Don't think, you know, that whatever they're doing to us today, they could do then. And they were obviously doing more then. Sometimes it's better to slow it down because you see things a bit different that you don't see at normal speed. Oh, this is so annoying. But we are nearly at the end. Oh yeah, I mentioned it on the video. Oh, never mind, I think everybody gets out. Yes. He loses his shoes because that's... And yeah, he loses his shoes. Oh, and his socks.
You will live happily ever after.
Yeah. Anyway, so the next bit... was obviously it was an illusion. That's what that says there. We'll stop it there for a moment. It's an illusion. Woo, 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 ah. Yeah, an illusion. Woo, woo. Yeah, they were telling us, weren't they, even in the music. That song went to #1. So there you go. There was a fake wall. Anyway, you can't sing, Mickey. Right. Anyway,
my voice is just breaking.
We've got a few more pictures. At your age. Good.
I've sung in front of hundreds of people.
So have I.
On stage.
Here we go. This is it. There you go, Mickey. There's your set.
The black man came over me.
There's your set.
What?
That's
the set.
I found that picture and I might find one more. But that's it.
It's an illusion.
And that doesn't even look real, does it? Does that look real? I don't think that looks real.
Studio,
yeah. So they made that as well to make you believe that they did it.
Do it in black and white and they won't tell. Do it in colour.
Well, I've actually said in many videos before, if people think how televisions and phones. Oh yes, this is another health and safety map thing. But anyway, we'll get onto this in just a second. But you know, I think telephones was already here. The Tartarians or even the League of Gentlemen did it, and then we're using theirs, but they've obviously upped it a little bit now because obviously just modernised it a bit somehow, or worked out how to do it. But you know, you don't think they invented telephones? I mean, you know what? I can't even. At the moment, they're doing some work on one of the little sub things for the telephones, and basically it says that it's going to affect your telephone, the whole thing, and it has. But we're literally talking of a mile. They've got to have these little. They've got to have this, what they're calling satellites, the bigger discs, and then the smaller ones. They've got to have hundreds of these things for the telephone system to work. Thinking that you've got some satellite up in space, it's ridiculous. But what were we talking about? I've forgotten now. Oh yes, I think the Tartarians made something, because the televisions and the telephones come from them, not these people. These people have just modernised it, or yeah. And think about it, I can talk just as easily to Mickey, South London, as I can to Amy in America, or even Julia. There's no time delay. I mean, we used to have a little bit of time delay, but not anymore. Now, you used to get a second or something. Now it's as if Gillian's with me. Amy's with me. Well, they are with me. But, anyway, yeah, I'm sure everybody experiences that. But anyway, yeah, I just thought that was, because, you know, you're thinking, well, how could they be doing this to us in the 1920s? But anyway, this bit's different, Mickey. It's about health and safety again. This is chimney sweeping, and they stuck the little children up the chimneys. And there it is. Started after, stop the video a moment. It started after September 1666. There'd been where is it? The practice in order to ensure they were free from in the Norman England, the use of a child after the Great Fire of London started in 1666. I mean, they only really tell us that it's the Victorian children that went up the chimneys. It wasn't. So if you believe it, because don't forget it's on the internet, but that's what I saw. So that's terrible, isn't it? It's not even that low when you think about things. All of it. Tartaria only ended. Well, I think it was ended by the Second World War. That's not that long ago. It's 20 years before I was 30 years before. There you go. So I thought I was a bit shocked at that. But 1666. Anyway, they'd work for 12 to 18 hours a day. This is what this is saying. That's a lot of hours, isn't it? You just go to bed, wouldn't you, and wake up and start again. It would do just from that, wouldn't it? So they got paid 50 to 60 cents a day. Obviously, money was worth a bit more in those days, but that's not that much, is it? And then it was 1842 when they passed something in Parliament about not sending children up the chimneys, but they still kept doing it because that's what you needed to go up the chimneys. I looked up and it says loads of children got stuck in them because some twisted and all sorts of things. They got stuck in them. But we only have them to go on. So that's a very twisted. I mean, Mad, would you want to do that chimney? It's twisted. You can find loads of pictures. None of those pictures that you right. You look at them, they look weird. They almost look like I've got you by gun. I'm holding a gun at your head and you do as I say. None are happy. They all look in shock. Get the pictures. They just don't look happy. And I mean, look at this kid. Why is this kid here almost... Oh, let's go back to that one. Sorry. Got to get my cursor. Come on, it's on a video. Let's go back to here, right? Sorry, going back a little bit. I'm going to stop it. That one. Let's stop it. Why are these three looking forward and he's looking sideways? Bit weird, that. Maybe it's to show his brushes. But then these kids look, even if they've got old, clean, don't they?
Yeah, covered in soot. Looking shiny.
Yeah, so those ones don't, but...
Poisonous in it, basically. Going straight into their lungs.
Well, it smelt very nice.
Not good.
A bit hard, because some of them look real and some of them don't.
It's a bit early, isn't it? Been cut the photos there.
That's what I'm saying. You look at things and they just don't look right.
They're too sharp. It looks right.
Not sure about that kid, but anyway, there's some tunnels. Look at that. There's some chimneys. So no help.
Yeah,
they were doing Harold. What is his name? Harold Lloyd. They were doing what happened with him. They were doing. That's what they do to us today. So as you can see, that was the 1920s. That's at least for 100 years. At least. No health and safety. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And what did they do in those days? Find everything. Well, those are chimneys, these ones.
Especially Wales.
These children here are chimney sweep ones. You know, I don't know. I think it's all crazy.
Top hat there.
I mean, people could say that's why they made government, so that it could do the regulations, but then you find out that they don't abide by any of them, of the rules that they set for everyone else. That's the ridiculousness of even making regulations. But I hope it's been a little bit interesting, because
yeah.
there's lots of different things talked about, so I wonder what everybody thought. Health and safety, whatever they were doing to us today, they were doing it to us at least 100 years ago. And terrible, they just can't tell the truth, or, you know, or the films didn't explain. You know, like when we watch Star Wars, and they're explaining that everything was on screens, and they did this and that. Yeah, it's probably a bit more high-tech today than it was in these days. But why weren't these people saying, well, when we made that film, it was on these screens, and, you know, it's the same thing almost. Yeah. No, because they don't care about us at all. But anyway, let's finish this video. Thank you very much, Speaking.
Thank you very much, Karen.
Thanks to everybody who listened and got to the end.
Thank you, everyone.